Did you know that a man once disappeared into the wild and lived completely alone for 46 years? No electricity, no phone, no social media, just the sound of the wind and the beat of his own heart. His name was Faustino Barrientos, born in 1930 in Chilean Patagonia, one of the most remote and rugged places on Earth. Even as a child, Faustino was different. While other kids played in the streets, he wandered into the woods. He listened to birds instead of people. He didn't fit into the noise of modern life. As he grew older, the world around him grew louder. Cities expanded, technology advanced, and life moved faster. But Faustino moved in the opposite direction. By the time he reached his 30s, he made a choice. A bold, radical choice. He left society behind and vanished. He found an old, rusting fishing boat near Lake O'Higgins, a glacial lake surrounded by towering mountains. He dragged that boat onto land and turned it into a home. Yes, a home. With no electricity, no running water, just wood, tin, and determination. Why did he do it? Not because he hated people, but because he loved peace. He believed that modern life had become too artificial, too complicated, too dependent. So he chose nature over noise, silence over chaos, freedom over comfort. His daily routine was raw and real. He woke up at sunrise to tend to his tiny farm. He hunted wild animals, fished with handmade tools, chopped firewood until his hands bled, and when winter came, he braved it, alone. He drank melted snow, cooked with fire, and slept wrapped in animal skins when temperatures dropped below freezing. But Faustino didn't just survive. He adapted. He thrived. He made his own knives, built a wood stove from scrap metal, learned how to fix anything that broke, because there was no one else to call. Sometimes he'd go weeks, even months, without seeing another human being. But when the rare boat passed by, he'd trade animal skins for flour, sugar, or matches. That was his income. That was his world. When asked if he missed family or friends, he answered simply, "I left all that behind. My family lives in the city. That life is not for me." He didn't hate anyone. He just chose a different rhythm, a different reality. One winter, Faustino's boat home froze solid. With no neighbors to help, he spent 3 days chipping ice just to reach his food. Most would have quit. He called it just another day. For 46 years, while the rest of the world chased comfort, convenience, and connection, Faustino chased peace. He watched the rise of the internet from a distance. He never owned a smartphone, never posted a single photo. Yet his life, lived in silence, echoed louder than most. In 2012, a documentary crew visited him. They were stunned. A man living completely off the grid for nearly half a century and still going strong. He shared his story reluctantly. Not because he wanted fame, but because they asked respectfully. Then, in 2022, at the age of 92, Faustino Barrientos passed away. Not in a hospital, not in a city, but in the same boat he had turned into a home, surrounded by the mountains he had called friends. Before he died, he said, "Out here, life is hard, but it's real." And maybe that's what we're missing, in a world full of distractions and noise. Faustino reminds us of something simple. Peace doesn't come from having more. It comes from needing less. You don't have to live like Faustino, but maybe, just maybe, we can learn from him to slow down, disconnect, and find silence again. Because sometimes the loudest life is the one who lived in silence.